Hey, hey, hey! What's going on? It is your resident real house husband of San Francisco here. And, okay, let's just address the elephant in the room. Yes, I am wearing a hat because I'm having a bad hair day. I am only human. I think that's all that needs to be said about that. How you doing? Hope you're doing well, as always. You know I love you. Well, sometimes. Let's jump into it. So this summer has been a pretty busy summer for me because I've had a lot of people come to visit. I had a lot of fun showing people around. Highlights included going on hikes, going to clubs, and waking up at 5:30 a.m. to get tickets to go to Alcatraz. That was less of a highlight and more just something that happened that was actually kind of long. Side note, I've been to Alcatraz 3 times now. So if you do come to San Francisco and you want to go to Alcatraz, do not invite me. I say no. There was also a moment when my friend Sly got introduced to the homeless people here at about 100 miles an hour. I haven't really said a lot about the homeless people in these videos. I feel like it's hard to talk about that kind of stuff without sounding like you're either taking the piss or moaning. It's a very sensitive subject, so I kind of try and stay away from it. However, let me tell you about what happened when he came to town. So, we were in the house, chilling. He'd been there for maybe all of 5 minutes, and I said, all right, man, we need to go get some food. Now, before we go, I just want to let you know that the homeless people here are no joke. And he was like, really? How bad could they actually be? I said, okay. And let's find out. Less than 10 minutes later, we're at the crossing and I see this real homeless guy, like dirty and smelly and all that, you know, just the usual kind of super homeless guy. And he was also a bit, you know, he was looking a bit shifty. So I kind of moved side to the side and said, all right, watch out, man, watch out. He said, I don't know what you're talking about. And all of a sudden we hear this trickling behind us. We turn around and this guy is pissing in his mouth. Yeah. Do you know how thirsty you have to be to piss in your own mouth? Oh! Vile. And when he was done, he just kind of whipped his back in and just carried on his day. Never to be seen again. So yeah, just to let you know that homeless people here are no joke. I think Si might be scarred for life. The main thing I want to talk about in this video though is when my parents came to visit. We had a lot of fun. Sometimes you forget how fun your parents actually are. We had a really good time hanging out. I realized I am now kind of the adult. Because they do silly things, real silly things that I know that if I did, I would get in a lot of trouble for. For instance, they did not know that they needed an ESTA in order to come to America. Ergo, they got turned away from the airport and had to spend the night in a hotel. They also don't really grasp time zones. And so they told me they were coming on one day when actually it turns out they were coming another. I had to cancel car rentals to pick them up. We had to book a new hotel. It was all a bit of a faff. But they made it and we had a lot of fun. There were also like a ton of more ridiculous things like that happened that I don't really have time to discuss, but trust me, the stories are there. But other than that, I did a lot of touristy stuff that I don't really get to do usually because, well, I live here, so there's no real point. We went on the trams, for instance, for the first time. I've never been, in almost the year that I've been here, I never went on the trams, not once. And I have to say, do not waste your money. So, I also learned that my dad doesn't trust the roads in San Francisco. So every time he gets to a road, and even when the little man comes on and says you can walk, he runs across the road. He doesn't trust it. It's funny. Here's a taste. One of the wildest things we did is the Folsom Street Fair. Now, if you don't know what the Folsom Street Fair is, I would greatly recommend Googling it, but not at work. You will get fired. It's a huge BDSM, leather, S&M, all that kind of stuff festival that they have in San Francisco every year. And I'm talking, it engulfs like maybe like 5 blocks. So it's just 5 blocks of smut. It's not really somewhere that you want to take your parents, but I definitely did. And it's not even like I surprised them with this. I did brief them beforehand. I said, look, mom and dad, there's this festival that's on during the time that you're visiting. Now, I would like to go to this festival, but I will understand if you don't want to go because it's kind of a sex festival. And they were like, nah, you know, why wouldn't we want to go to that? And I was like, okay. Now, I was worried at this point because even I didn't know what to expect. You know that feeling that you get when you're watching a film with your parents and then there's the sex scene in it and it's a bit weird and everyone in the room is just real uncomfortable. Well, it was kind of like that for the whole afternoon. As soon as we got to this festival, I'm telling you, the moment we walked in, this woman shoved this guy up on the wall, pulled his trousers down and just sucking him off. Yeah, and I think that was probably the tamest thing we saw all day. That was wild. The amount of things that we saw that day. You know, know how much time I want to dedicate to this, so I'm just gonna reel them off for you. We saw people being whipped until they bled. It's like Passion of the Christ style. Hand jobs, people on leashes, people dressed up as dogs in a giant puppy pen, men with tits, women with dicks, people being beaten again, a woman that had her labia pierced, and it was just like with these two giant bolts and it was just hanging down. There was about this much hang. More beatings being led by the penis. So many beatings. People in gimp costume, gimp masks, things being inserted in places that you probably shouldn't insert them. A giant rave and a whole lot of
ass, titties, ass and titties.
Now I know you're thinking, how did my parents feel about all this grotesque, gratuitous smut? They had the time of their damn lives. My mama had so much fun. She was walking around with her camera, like filming. She filmed so much. Who are you showing this to? I don't understand. Why are you filming all this? There were times where I felt like my dad didn't really know where to look. He was just kind of, everywhere was like, whoa, whoa, whoa. My mom was running up to people and asking them if they could take pictures. She was going up to all these black guys and going like, sorry, excuse me, but I just think you're so gorgeous. Can I take a photo with you? And obviously, these guys were hella gay. And so they were all like, thank you, of course. You want to see some of those photos, don't you? Well, here they are. Let's hope I don't get banned. There's a lot of lecherous looking guys as well, just kind of lying there, watching everything go by, just sitting on the street naked, just stroking themselves. I think the worst thing I saw was a man who was walking around with an erect penis that was maybe this big, maybe this wide. It was foul. It was like this, and probably like this big as well. And he was just walking around, and you could just tell that this guy was so proud of himself, just walking around like. And we were just looking at him like, that is gross. Like it was kind of a disgusting penis. It was all like pink at the top and it was foul. It was foul. It was like if someone from the Labyrinth had his dick out, that's probably what his dick would look like. Gross. And we just saw it and we were just like, oh, there is no way that man is having sex with anyone. There's nobody is having sex with that. Nobody. Fast forward 20 minutes later, we see the same guy with another guy bent over a stage and he's just going for it. He's just literally just hammering him. And everyone was like, and there were people filming it, and he was just, again, he was literally just had like the biggest grin on his face. He was like, yeah, have some of that, son. It wasn't a festival for the kids. And in that moment, I saw that guy bumming that other guy with a giant penis. I knew it was time to go home. And that was that. To everyone that came to San Francisco this summer, I miss you. Thank you for coming. It was great to see you. To everyone who's gonna come to San Francisco at some point, I can't wait to see ya. Thank you so much for watching the video. Also, don't forget to like the video, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, and don't forget to share it and tell your friends, because that is the only way that more people are gonna watch it. So thank you. Especially if you're a loyal viewer and you've been watching from the beginning. Thank you. And I am going to leave you with this.